So everyone's on about, every time you go outside, you're always seeing like people saying like ribbit, ribbit, and they're always trying to get these flies with their tongues. And I'm seeing it more and more, and this is not a call out to anyone in particular. I understand I live in a pond where it's full of frogs. All my neighbors are frogs. I just think that kind of behavior in 2023, going ribbit, going rorg, it's just out of touch. I'm torn about frogs. On the one hand, they're pretty chill. You just give them a little pet. They don't bother anybody. But they're wet and cold. Look, this is completely on the rails. This is completely how I planned all of this to go. And the reason the reason it's not going a different way is because I had to move the mic and I had to put it in front of the computer instead of doing it over there by the secondary screen, by the keyboard. You know, the energy, it's just completely different. It's completely different, totally different vibe. I feel like I should just be watching YouTube videos. When I'm over there, I feel like I have to do it. I have to do this because it's so difficult. It's such a burden I carry on my back, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Except for the guy we hired who does time check. He was recently criminally convicted on a slew of crimes which he has asked me not to expound upon during the broadcast, so I won't do it. But let's just say it rhymes with girder. So he's going through it, and we're here to support him no matter what happens. Obviously, as the viewers of this channel, you also support this man and everything he stands for and everything he does. That's just implicit. You have to love him. You're contractually obligated to love Slurp Von Lipstick. That's right, the name of Slurp Von Lipstick. We're gonna bring him out early. We're just gonna get time check over with because I fucking hate it. I hate it when he's here, and now that I'm sitting over here instead of over there, I don't know if he's gonna be able to find me. It's a 5-foot difference, but I'm afraid he's not gonna know what to do when he comes in. I know, like, if you've never seen this before, I understand you have a lot of questions. You might be asking, couldn't I just look at a clock? Couldn't I look at a watch? Couldn't I look almost anywhere to find that information instead of waiting for a guy to come out after a monologue to tell me? And I say these people just haven't experienced Slurp Von Lipstick at work, and I think you'll find that it'll be thrilling, it'll be gratifying, and it'll be arousing. He told me to say that. Slurp Von Lipstick. Bring him out. Hey, it's me, Slurp Von Lipstick, host of Time Check. I went to school to check the time, motherfucker. It's a grade in between first and second. If you don't understand the clock yet, they're like, you're going to time school. And I would say, for how long? And the response I would get was, you wouldn't understand anyway. This was hard to hear as a child. And so I dedicated my life to understanding time. And so I'll have you know, I know all the hours, and I know all the minutes, and I know all the seconds. Days, got them. Months, sure. Years, those are just numbers. I'm also getting surgery to actually have an atomic clock installed inside of my skull and my brain. It's going to be very costly, and it actually very, very dangerous. But I want the accurate time to be a part of me. I want to be time. I actually studied with wizards at one point, time wizards, who were able to control the flow of time, and I learned a lot from them. But it was weird, they kept trying to sell me Bitcoin the whole time. And the thing is, you can't control time, so you have to hear them talk about it in real time. So you can't fast forward because you don't know magic. You're not a warlock. I wish I was. It's not in my blood. I would have had such an easier life track if I was a wizard. I know exactly what to do. You have lightning power. You're a lightning wizard. Great. You have dirt power. You're a forest wizard. You're racist. You're a grand wizard. So on the time check, the time right now, it's, let me fucking look here. Let me just pull it up on my thing. It's just easy to use the computer. The time is 10:22 p.m. So if you have plans for 10:30, they're coming up. They better be nearby. They better be in walking distance, because it's about to happen. If you had something going on at 10, you fucking missed it. If you have something going on at 11:30, don't sweat it. You're good. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what you can do anything in an hour and a half. There's more to me than just time. You know, I had a family, and I used to have it all. But one day I got mixed up in something, and there was a series of misunderstandings and unfortunate accidents, which led to the impression that I let a bunch of kangaroos loose and they ate a bunch of guys. I understand, like, that's kind of the perception of what I've done, but I have to tell you there were a series of events which would provide context, and I just ask that the public listens to me, the court of public opinion, as it were, because the other fucking court didn't work out. By the way, I was convicted, don't know if that was mentioned. So it's the first kangaroo-related murder in Arkansas since 2022. Can you believe this? I guess it happens a lot. It doesn't even make it makes no sense geographically. I know it's confusing. You'd think it was Australia. But there, no one's ever been killed by a kangaroo. I mean, it seems like in America we could figure that out if Australia can do it. They had one kangaroo death 30 years ago, and then they introduced anti-kangaroo laws. Nothing since. Meanwhile, here in America, kangaroos are stomping people to death, and one of them killed me this morning. I mean, these are ruthless fucking thugs we're dealing with. And another one bashed my car windows in, and he stole all my Creed CDs. The thing is, they're such effective thieves because they automatically have a way to conceal the stolen contraband. So what are you supposed to do? And it's considered kind of rude to, like, reach in a kangaroo's pouch, because that's where it should be putting its babies, not Creed CDs. So all that stuff I said, that was completely 100% true, and I stand by it. And I stand by the fact that I did not murder 75 men via kangaroo. I don't control the temperament of kangaroos, first of all. I'm just going to put that out there, and then I'm going to walk away, okay? I'm just going to say, I don't play God. I can't make kangaroos attack men. It's not like I could have injected them with some kind of hormone that made them very aggressive. And yes, I do have a lawyer representing me who's counseled me to not divulge the sordid details of the case as it's in process. But I trust in the court of public opinion, and I trust the people, because I'm a moron and they're morons as well. So we get each other. And so unfortunately, the judge is a little too woke, honestly. Can't say shit. All right, I've been Slurp Von Lipstick. I'm the worst fucking guy who ever lived. See you later. Truly a time check for the books. You know, I've been trying to get rid of this guy. He's great at time check. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like him. But I've given you the reasons why. He kind of conned me into the whole time check concept. And by conned me into it, I mean he kept trying to whip me with a wet towel every time I saw him until I gave in to his idea. And so that's why I'm making these, so that he has some work, because he needs to be occupied. Think about it. Think about a guy like that, just walking around the neighborhood all day. Today on the internet, it's 9/11. It's also 9/11 in real life. It was weird. I didn't get any candy this year on 9/11. It's almost like people are forgetting to give me candy on 9/11. I was a little bit sick for like a 2-day period. It's a perfect amount of time to just chill, like just relax. You don't have to worry about anything. Anything more than that, you just feel like your life is falling away from you. But 2 days is good. Like it's like it's like a snot vacation. It's a mucus vacation. These days, you gotta find yourself a little friend And what better friend to have than a little elf? It's an elf that lives in my home. When he comes home, he takes off his big stupid fucking hat, he hangs it up, and he's just giggling and making noises to himself in his little elf bedroom, laying in his cute little elf bed like a little elf. And he puts little warmers on his little elf ears when he goes to bed, and I watch him do it. I watch it through a crack in the door. I watch his every fucking move because I don't trust him. Every day he goes to the North Pole to work for Santa Claus. He doesn't know how to use the front door, so he has to teleport here. By the way, all this UFO stuff, I don't know if you know this, but this is all just like Santa Claus related operations. It's not nothing scary. It's not threatening national security. It's just Santa Claus and the elves. They're warping space and time. You think they would, let us in on that? The fact that he can go to every home in one night means obviously he's manipulating space and time in some way. Don't you think it'd be useful to pass that information on to the rest of humanity instead of lording over it, instead of keeping it for himself in some kind of frozen hellscape at the furthest extremity of the planet? Isn't that what a fucking supervillain does? And then he just appeases us with toys? Meanwhile, we're like, how the fuck is that sleigh working, you mad scientist genius? And I tell my elf friend this every single fucking day. I tell him this, and he won't take my advice to his boss. I mean, you gotta talk to Santa straight. You gotta say, look, you're basically a terrorist. You're basically a consumerist, like, terrorist. So, why is it only 35 minutes? How many minutes are in an hour? I wish there was someone around who knew time to its most granular level and could explain everything to me, could recite all the hours, all of the minutes, and all of the seconds. And I just gotta fucking, yep, there he is. Text from Slurp Von Lipstick. He said, what did you just fucking say? He's typing. He said, stay in your lane. And then he posted a little clip art of the devil. Oh, that's just Dick. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was for my dentist. What? I'm just gonna turn my phone off. I mean, why even bother with this fucking guy? Why doesn't he just stick to time? You know what he should do? When he leaves here, he should go to bed. Set his alarm for the next time he has to come here and do this. Because he shouldn't be in the world. He shouldn't be out there. He's not, even putting the murder stuff aside, there's absolutely no reason he should be with the general public or interacting with anybody. Whereas me, I'm regular. I go outside and I eat fruit. This guy's never eaten a fucking fruit in his life. He eats fruit by the foot. He thinks that's fruit. So what can you do? Well, anyway, so hey, what's going on with you? So we're now gradually entering a world in which more and more people are not having a first-hand memory of 9/11. It's beginning to happen. It's starting to fade into becoming like World War II or something. In terms of, oh, that was something that was just here. It was just part of the background when I got here. Imagine having that experience. But I guess that's just kind of how it's always been forever. Like, things happen. Really, the thing you should take away from this is that stuff happens. And it's happened. It keeps going. It's weird that it's set up this way, but that's how it goes. It does seem like you would be able to. Slurp on Lipstick, he makes a good point. That the wizards, maybe they can help us, the time wizards. Instead of posing for psychedelic jam band album covers, why don't wizards apply their skills and help me? I don't care about anybody else. They need to help me. I need like a car wizard, because I don't understand how, I don't really get how cars work at all. I just know how to change the oil and the windshield wiper fluid. I don't actually know how to change the oil. I I know somebody. I got an oil guy. Yeah, it's just the place I go to. So I'm just putting it. No one's made the formal ask of the wizard community. Like, no one's just come out and said, "Hey, we need wizards right now. We desperately need wizards." For example, and here's another example. The inside of my keyboard, it's so gross. There's so much hair and shit in there and dirt. It's nasty. And I have a keyboard cleaner, right? Duster. But it doesn't do it all. And I gotta take off each key individually. Isn't there a wizard of that? Of a keyboard wizard? Come on. So, if, it's still... Technically, 9/11 still has like an hour and 3 minutes left. So, if you're out and about, I'm still giving out candy. Here's something that you should never have to say. I should clarify that I think 9/11 was bad. It was just not good. Don't do that. Like, find another way to express yourself. Don't do 9/11. So it's good, like, it's good that it happened in that it told us, like, what you shouldn't do that. Now we know. And look at the knock-on effects geopolitically, domestically. It's insane. It really, I might be the first person to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think 9/11 changed everything. Slurp on Lipstick just sent me a PDF of the Bible. Accidentally. Is that the fucking Latin Bible? He sent me the Latin Bible, the entire thing, and then he said, "Shit, sorry." Oh, he says, "Oh shit, sorry, that was for my dentist." What the fuck is your life? It just makes me so confused that I'm mad. I'm just mad around him. You can't call me Paul Reiser because I'm not mad about him. I am just mad at him. I'm mad that he exists. I'm actually not mad at him. I'm actually mad that God created Slurp Von Lipstick. Every single day I live with this anger, and I don't have an outlet for it. I'm definitely not gonna fucking do a 9/11. You have my word. That would really affect my presidential campaign, which I just started, and I'm already prepared to deny allegations of all kinds. I'll make an excellent president. I'll also definitely be 135 years old. But, right around that age is when you really start to get your head around, like, policy stuff, really see the ins and outs. The downside is you can't swallow solids. So. But who needed solids? They're too hard. Make it soft. Make it a smoothie for me. You really can't lose. Life's great. So what else is going on? And reset. Hi. Who am I? I think I reset too far back. Mind empty. Know nothing. Me know some word. But forget most. I don't like where this is going. This is weird. I don't know what's happening anymore. You just saw somebody experience de-evolution live, and has this ever happened before? I just did it at will. Maybe that's, this could be you. You could be caveman. You really could be. You could be monkey. You could definitely be monkey. Everyone's a cute monkey. I'm proud of humanity. You're not seeing gorillas developing lasers. And believe me, I wish more than anyone that you were seeing that. Or like the kids who grew up and went to college, and all the other monkeys just sat around and eating stuff from trees. But then you look back and you think, wow, college was a fucking joke. Should have been monkey. Shouldn't have gone to human college. But, what's done is done. So, we're humans now. Time for bread review corner. So my favorite bread is the whole grain, whole wheat, Pepperidge Farm, regular sliced. Guess who has that every single day at work as they make their peanut butter and jelly sandwich? This fucking guy. You wish you had my life. You wish you had it. I can feel you burning with contempt for me, but it's simply jealousy. Look inside yourself. You wish you could have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on whole grain, whole wheat, even though you don't know what the difference is between whole wheat and whole grain. What if it says both? What if it says neither? What if it's just a completely blank bag? What if there's nothing in it? What if the bag's not even there? Or the grocery store shelf, and you're actually just in a void? So then what? Okay, that's what I call void grain. But whole grain is, I mean, when you compare whole grain to like white is horrible. It's so bad for you. And I didn't know, like as a kid, I just thought like bread was good for you for some reason. Even like white bread, and even with garlic bread, I'd be like, this isn't the worst thing I could be eating, but it almost is. It almost is. Whereas whole grain, for reasons that I forget, totally fine. You can have that shit every day. That's why I have it every day. It's a healthy snack, and it's filling. Do you know something that shattered my trust in capitalism and consumerism? When I was like 4 or 5, my sister got a Stretch Armstrong for her birthday, stretchy guy. And not long after getting it, one of my cousins broke the Stretch Armstrong easily, no problem. And I thought, what lies we were told, what falsehoods, what tales of fantasy we were told about how far Stretch Armstrong could be stretched. He can't be stretched that fucking far. One preteen kid just fucking annihilated him, atomically, at the atomic level. Stretch Armstrong might as well never even existed in history. And I thought, wow, I guess the world is a lie, and everybody's lying to you. If the Stretch Armstrong ever makes a comeback, you know, like a retro throwback type thing, they should put something like a Surgeon General's warning. Because I'm taking them to I'm taking them to court, and hopefully it makes it to SCOTUS. But basically I'm going to say you have to acknowledge that my cousin broke one of these. And so it'll say, like, we're legally obligated to tell you that this guy's cousin destroyed Stretch Armstrong. Go to stretcharmstrongtruth.com to learn more. They have to put that. Well, anyway, 9/11 it didn't happen again. I actually did forget until like the night before. I usually spend the whole preceding week buying candy, dressing up as a ghost to honor the victims. It's all very respectful. It's not to make a mockery of it. It's like, you know, it's serious candy. Like, it's not, I'm not giving out like fucking ring pops. I'm giving out like, you know, European chocolate and stuff like that. Like sad candy. You know, I wish this elf who lives here knew magic. Aren't they supposed to have magic? Every time I ask him to use some kind of magic to help around the house, he says Santa actually has the rights to his magic abilities. So if he uses his magic outside of the workshop, it's actually considered an infringement of intellectual property, as their magic is in itself a creative force of the Gestalt cosmic mind in which envelops them. The elves understand all this stuff. It's the first thing they learn that, and then they learn how to make a shitty wooden train. That's all that you ever see them making. There's always shit out of wood. It's like, what the fuck? Make a fucking Xbox. Well, another thing capitalism ruins is the magic of Santa Claus. In modern civilization, children have been surrounded by various material goods that they could have if they had money. And then they're being told, wait, there's also a guy giving it away for free. So either capitalism is deeply flawed, or reindeer can't fly. And you just have to weigh those two possibilities against each other, and eventually you kind of figure it out. And then after that, you figure out capitalism actually is a lie. So that's it, and that's all I have.